Welcome to Authentic UTV. I'm your host, Michelle Arbeau. Today we have special guest, Philippo Franchini. Welcome, Philippo.
Thanks, Michelle. It's nice to be here with you.
It's a pleasure. So, Philippo, in your words, what does it mean to live with authenticity?
I was thinking about this for quite a while this afternoon because I didn't even know if I would have anything to say about it, but I think I do have some things to say about it. I thought about the word itself comes from the same root as autonomous or automobile, and it means self, right? Auto refers to ourself. And it's got to be something about being true to yourself. So there's no one formula that works for everybody because everybody has a slightly different self, or wildly different self, perhaps. Okay, so that's the short answer.
Yes. Okay. All right, so how are you living your authentic you?
I'm doing my best at it. I don't consider myself an expert at it. But I will say this, that it takes courage, and every day I have to choose it again. And that being authentic to myself isn't always easy to decipher because there are different parts of myself. So which part are we going to be, true to? The part that wants to go back to bed, for 2 more hours? Or are we going to be true to the part of us that wants to get up and do things that we are excited about? And, are we going to be true to this part or that part? Or how do we integrate those parts? So it's not such an easy question, I realized when I began thinking about it.
I agree. And, you made a good point saying that there are so many different aspects. How do we decipher who it is that is our authentic self inside? So, yeah. I mean, you do music. Can you tell us a little bit about that and how that ties in with being your authentic you?
Well, for sure, one aspect of being your authentic self has to do with expression. So whatever it is that you find yourself wanting to express, whether it's verbally or physically, maybe through dance or creating a sculpture or writing a great speech or playing with kids, whatever it might be, it's important to express something. And for me, music is one of the big channels of expression. I was also thinking about how the different parts of ourselves, and then in a bigger picture, our whole culture, our whole society, and then in a bigger picture, the whole planet, like a symphonic composition. So how did I think about that? Good question, I'll tell you.
Keep going.
So the question about which is our authentic self, that creates conflict, right? Because one part of us might want to do this, another part wants to do this, another part. So that conflict has to be resolved through attention, through focus, through consciousness, and we distill the essence from who we are by the heat that's generated through that consciousness. In the same way, if you have a musical composition that is all harmony and no dissonance, it's boring. You have to have harmony and you have to have dissonance. So things have to beat against each other and have a little bit of edge to them, and then they resolve back into harmony. If it was only harmony, it would be, Pat Boone all the time or something like that. Sorry, Pat. But anyway, I was thinking how we have to embrace this disharmony and the harmony both within ourselves. And oftentimes, one person will find that being authentic puts them at odds with the status quo, or puts them at odds with their family, or with their job or their wife or whatever, and so it takes a bit of courage to continually do that when there is a pressure upon us to conform to something that is less resistant, that creates less friction. Whereas sometimes being authentic does create friction in our lives. So, and I'm saying that friction is not a bad thing. It helps us grow.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just the same way, a really beautiful piece of music, a symphonic creation that really moves us, will take us through different emotions. It's not just going to be la 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 the whole time. Then we'll just get bored and go to sleep. But it has to have some tension and resolution, some sense of conflict. Something is churning in there and stirs up different kinds of emotional energies. And then we come to harmony. Then we come to resolution. Then it's really nice. So in the beginning was the Word.
Yes.
So maybe we were all in one vibration at that point. One vibration. But then maybe that got a little boring. so we decided to play around and have some fun. So you're here and I'm here. And we get to look at each other and, who are you? And you get to look at me and ask me questions because we're enjoying this difference that we have, right?
Right. I love that. A musician's perspective. I mean, that's
yeah,
neat.
there it is.
Philippo, do you have an example of you living your authentic self?
I just got remembering bouncing. I have this big ball in my living room, a big, bouncing ball, and I was really excited one time. Some of my friends were over there, and I think I had my guitar, and I was jumping up and down on the ball singing, and it was just very joyful and spontaneous, and everybody started laughing. So that was fun.
Very interesting.
Yeah, it's not always making conflict to be your authentic self. Sometimes it really makes everybody happy, and makes them laugh. So try it out. I don't know.
Well, thank you, Philippo.
You're welcome. Thanks for sharing.